Let me ask you a question. Why does it feel like some people learn in months what others struggle with for years? Same internet, same books, same courses, yet one person becomes dangerously skilled, while the other stays almost good forever. And here's the scary part. In the next 5 to 10 years, your ability to learn fast will matter more than your degree, your IQ, or your talent. If you can't learn quickly, you don't just fall behind, you become replaceable. AI, automation, smarter competition, they're not coming. They're already here. Now, before you panic, relax. You're not bad at learning. You were just taught the slowest, most outdated way possible. Schools trained you to memorize. The wealthy train themselves to acquire skills at speed. And today I'm going to show you how. Not theory, not motivation fluff, but a learning system so effective it feels like cheating. And once you see it, you'll never study the same way again. But first, quick reality check. If learning feels hard, boring, or overwhelming, that's not discipline failing. That's strategy failing. Let's fix that. Principle number 1. Stop trying to learn everything. Here's your first mistake. You try to learn too much. Your brain hates that. The fastest learners don't ask, what should I learn? They ask, what's the 20% that gives me 80% of the result? This is called leverage learning. Example. If you're learning a new skill, coding, business, fitness, communication, there are a few core ideas that do most of the heavy lifting. Find those first, because learning everything is slow. Learning the right things is unfair. Think of it like this. You don't need to know how to build an entire car. You just need to know how to drive faster than everyone else. And that brings us to the second principle. 2. Learn backwards. Yes, backwards. Most people start with theory. Big mistake. Fast learners start with the end result. They ask, what does good actually look like? Then they reverse engineer it. Want to write better? Study great writing, not grammar rules. Want to speak confidently? Analyze confidence speakers, not confidence books. Your brain learns faster when it sees patterns, not explanations. So instead of asking, how does this work? Ask, how is this used in the real world? Because once you flip learning backwards, something dangerous happens. You stop being a student and start thinking like a producer. 3. Just-in-time learning, not just in case. Here's a brutal truth. Most of what you learn, you forget. Why? Because you learned it too early. Your brain only locks information when it feels urgency. Fast learners don't binge courses. They learn only what they need, exactly when they need it. Just-in-time learning. You don't memorize swimming techniques before entering the pool. You learn them while drowning slightly. Yes, controlled drowning builds character. Relax, metaphorically. Urgency creates retention. Comfort creates forgetting, which leads perfectly into the next principle. 4. Use pain and curiosity as fuel. Your brain is wired for survival, not textbooks. It remembers danger, emotion, curiosity. So attach learning to those. Instead of saying, I should learn this, say, if I don't learn this, I lose opportunity. Fear sharpens focus. Curiosity keeps you going. The fastest learners intentionally create stakes, public deadlines, accountability, real-world pressure. When failure costs something, learning speeds up. But pressure alone isn't enough. You also need a way to lock information permanently. That's next. Principle number 5. Teach it before you're ready. This feels uncomfortable. That's how you know it works. If you can explain something simply, you understand it deeply. Fast learners don't wait until they're experts. They teach while learning. Write about it. Talk about it. Explain it to an imaginary audience. Your brain hates gaps in logic, so it fills them fast. Ever notice how you suddenly understand something, right before an exam? Same principle, except now you control it. And when you combine teaching with repetition, you create mastery. Principle number 6, spaced repetition, not marathon sessions. Cramming feels productive. It's also useless. Your brain learns through spacing, not suffering. Short sessions, repeated exposure, increasing difficulty. This is how elite performers train. This is how language learners win. This is how skills compound. Learning fast isn't about working harder. It's about working with your biology, not against it. And speaking of biology, here's the final and most important shift. Fast learners don't say, I'm trying to learn this. They say, I'm becoming the type of person who knows this. Identity beats motivation. Every time. When learning becomes part of who you are, consistency becomes automatic. You don't rely on discipline, you rely on identity. And here's the truth most people never realize. The real cheat code isn't speed, it's energy. Because when your brain is tired, learning slows down, focus disappears, retention collapses. Which brings me to something critical. If you want to learn faster than 99% of people, you need to optimize how you sleep. Because sleep isn't rest, it's neural consolidation. It's when information turns into skill. And that's exactly why your next step matters. If this video helped you rethink learning, the next one will multiply the results. Click the video on screen, How to Sleep Less Hours and Wake Up Fresh, science-backed. It shows you how high performers recover faster, think sharper, and learn at a level that feels unfair. Because when you combine smart learning systems, high-energy sleep optimization, you don't just improve, you accelerate. I'll see you in the next video.